Hello Libra, welcome to my channel. Very good to see you here. Libra, I'm going to do my Oracle Shadow Work reading for you using, as always, my Dark Mirror Oracle cards. I really love these and they're fantastic for shadow work. So this is what we're going to do. This is going to be a deep dive to see how we can use the energies that are in your life right now and that are affecting you. How we can push these into a better direction or can use them to make things better for you, right? What choices need to be made and so forth. You get the idea. And Libra, as always, I'm using also one card that shows a picture from a fairy tale. Now I ask you please not to be alarmed. This is a picture that's a painting or a drawing from the fairy tale Hansel and Gretel. And the thing is that it looks really terrifying. The witch in this picture looks so creepy, but it's quite something. This is Arthur Rackham. He's quite a famous illustrator, actually, 1867 till 1939, and this picture is from 1909. And I'll show you a little bit closer. You see how creepy this is. And now, Libra, as I said already, don't be alarmed. We can take a lot of positive things from the symbolism of fairy tales, and if there is something creepy in our circle right now that we need to watch out for, then we don't want to close our eyes in front of that, but we want to see what it is so that we can turn around and move away from it. Okay, so that being said, now let's get started, and let's start with this card right here. And Libra, your first card, that is loosely a recent past kind of card, but not always. You know, it depends on the energies and how the messages come through. But this is very much about the recent past and a situation that kind of leaks into the present still. Yes, and that card is, give me a second, this card is hiding your true self. Hiding your true self. Can you see how she is hiding her beautiful face with the cloth, with the fabric of her gown? Whereas here, that's the same person. Whereas here we can see her face and we can see just how beautiful she is. So whenever we hide ourselves, whenever we hide our true self, it is not for the better. We are wonderful and beautiful in our authentic self. And can you see, Libra, how she's also revealing a little bit of her chest area, her neck. That's the most vulnerable part. That's where our heart is. And our heart has been hurt. And so when it comes to showing ourselves the way we really are, right, not hiding ourselves anymore, it can make us feel vulnerable, but it's a win-win. It's what needs to be done if we want to live and lead a happy life. We need to turn up as who we truly are, deep down, and not be scared anymore to turn up as the person that we truly are. This could be about, you know, finding a job for yourself that is better for you, that makes you feel better, where you can develop and live according to your talents and your skills. It could be, of course, that goes without saying, that's the closest option. I think that's about eggshell walking. You know, when you're having a person in your life that is difficult, to say the least, or maybe a narcissist or something along those lines. You know, sometimes hiding who we really are can become a survival mechanism, and we're suffocating ourselves. And of course, this is something that needs to stop. So we want to do this safely. If you should have, I'm getting something here from some of you have a person in their life that is potentially not safe to be around, or when you speak up and when you want to show up as who you truly are, You risk your safety, so please, you are the best judge of your situation, okay? Don't just do something spontaneously and rashly just because someone tells you to. We need to be wise when we bring about change in our lives, when we're dealing with difficult and potentially dangerous people. We need to be wise. We can and should still do what is right for us, and that is of course not hiding anymore who we are. Yes, but it needs to be done in a way that the situation ends well, that everyone is safe, and that we can actually start the new free life. Okay? Hiding your true self, no thank you, not for us. So, the second card, and this one is more about the current moment. Yeah, this is past but also leaking still into the current moment a little bit, as seems to be sometimes the case. It's not always, but very often I noticed, which is interesting. So this one here, Libra, this is interesting. Yeah, because here we have a really intense, really powerful card, and it's the card of revenge. And look at this. I think this is wonderful because we see how she is grounded. You see how straight her posture is. She is in charge. She feels her own power and strength, and she is grounded in her truth about herself, about the situation. She has stripped herself of all visions of false reality. She has stepped out of the mirror cabinet, of the mirror labyrinth, shall we say, right, of gaslighting. She has seen the truth, and she is rooted in this truth. And I'm saying rooted because she stands there as proudly and as strongly as a tree. And when you look closely, you can see how the wings that grow out of her shoulders, they're actually branches with silver leaves on them. I think this is astonishing. So Libra, as air sign, this is very interesting. As an air sign, Libra, of course, you perhaps more than others need the element of grounding yourself. You know, with your first cup of tea, first cup of coffee, go outside early in the morning when everyone else is still sleeping, and walk barefoot on the ground. If you have nature and anywhere near, it can be a park if you live in the city. You know, if at all possible, before work, take 15 minutes where you reconnect with nature, or after work, or whenever you have the time. Feel the ground underneath your feet. Feel how the solidity of the ground, the earth, is giving you strength. Because often, you know, and for many of you, you have been in a situation where things were very vague, where things were not quite clear, where someone couldn't make up their mind, and it's pushed you off your balance. But you need your balance, and you need to be grounded, right? And the grounding comes with knowing who we are, with not hiding our true self anymore, right? And with understanding reality and the truth, and that's what we're grounded in. And now the two swords here, now it does not necessarily mean the two of swords as it is the case in the regular traditional tarot, and so I'm not feeling this right now, right? So I'm just going to deal with this card the way it is here. Revenge means we feel anger, and this is an anger that comes from us having been wronged. We feel cheated. Maybe we have been cheated on. We see for the first time truly just how horrendous and outrageous things have been, and what we feel is a healthy anger, an energy that has been repressed so far, because around that person that was not safe to express ourselves the way we truly are, we had to repress that anger, of course. See, it's for many of you, it was one of these situations where there really was only space in the relationship for their anger but not for yours. And now you start to feel it. And guess what, Libra? This is not a toxic anger. If you're not acting on it and not hurting people, but if you just feel the anger going through you, like a stream of lava that floods through you, you will see how it makes you stronger, and you sit with this energy and you feel the strength of it to the full without being afraid of it, without acting on it, and then you will see how after a while it just burns itself out and the anger is gone and you can be happy again. But that's how you healthily deal with anger without hurting people and yourself. Okay, and so all of a sudden you realize this. It's like the veil has been torn from your eyes. Like here you see this. You see how in the past you've been hiding and covering your face, and of course that also means that you can't necessarily see the truth the way it really is. How can you possibly see properly when you're walking around like that? So the process of opening up and showing your face also means, it does not only mean, that you can be seen from the outside the way you really are, but it also can mean it also means that you can now for the first time see your surroundings properly without basically the wool still being pulled over your eyes. Sometimes people try to deceive us on purpose, but this is your gown. You can decide if you want to see and have your and expose your face. That means you expose your eyes, and if you expose your eyes and don't cover them up anymore, you can see, right? And see how she still looks a little bit afraid, a little bit timid, and see what happens now that she has seen the truth. Now there is space for the anger. The moment the fear disappears, there is space for anger. And if you go about this wisely and without hurting yourself and others, it can be a magnificent, hugely empowering experience. And this is what this is. Libra, the thing is, you're a cardinal sign. And a lot of people seem to have an impression of Libras as being, these gentle, loving souls, always trying to create balance. Well, this may be the case. But an air sign in the traditional tarot comes with the swords. That's the sword, the sharpness of the intellect. You, Libra, are a force to be reckoned with. And being an air sign, this does not necessarily mean that you have less substance or less impact than, say, a fire sign, earth sign, or pretty much any of the others. There's something about the image of air that can come across perhaps in the eyes of some people as perhaps even delicate and perhaps even weak in the worst case scenario. And the truth is, Libra, anyone who has ever experienced a real storm knows that this is a force of nature, a force to be reckoned with, and that's who you are. You can be the lovely spring breeze that smells of apple blossoms. You can be that. But if it needs to be, you can be the storm that is cleansing and cleaning the surface of the earth of all the dust, so that we all can breathe freely again. This is right now. So there may be a feeling not just of anger but of revenge, and that is the only thing where I would say, Libra, watch out for this, okay? If your anger is so strong that you feel actually revenge coming up, you may want to actually, you may start to have the desire of actually using these swords. Now, this is where you want to control yourself, okay? Because just like there is healthy anger and unhealthy anger, there's also healthy control and unhealthy control, okay? So feel the anger and allow for the anger to help you make new choices in your life that lead to better paths and better decisions and a better outcome for you. Okay, it does not need to mean that you should, in no way should you seek revenge. Nothing good can come of it. So this is a card also that wants to warn us of that danger. So when you feel the anger, watch out for this. Nothing good ever can come from revenge, I'm telling you. And she is telling you, and it's true, because, you know, just walk away from whatever makes you angry, from whomever makes you angry, perhaps even, and that can be temporarily walking away if you just had an argument and you actually want to be with that person. But if this is on a greater scale, there is no need to burn everything to the ground, because if you burn everything to the ground, you might, in the wake of that, accidentally burn those branches with the silver leaves that are your wings, and you really do not want to do that. Okay, so, and last but not least, we have this card here. Interesting, the card of obsession. You see here this elf or fairy-like creature, Libra, that has a glowing disc in front of her face, holding it in her hands. You see that? And she does not see anything around herself. The focus is completely looking into that light. Now that can be two things, and I love that it can be two things, because, I mean, well, you will know which one is right for your situation right now. Potentially both. One of them, Libra, is of course that we want to take care that we are not obsessing over the wrong thing. Because when we are obsessing over something, you know, we're creating this tunnel view, and we're missing the most important, valuable things around us, and it will become toxic, it will become destructive. And what this also means is, if you obsess too much over your anger, over the feeling of having been wronged, of the feeling of wanting to destroy something, please watch out, do not go there. Do not go there, it's the wrong kind of obsession. Watch out for this. So if you're not, so this is effectively the psychological process, Libra, of understanding what went wrong, understanding how you hurt yourself in the process as well as other people hurt you in the process, and now you want to shine, and now you want to be strong and stand up for yourself and show yourself as you really are. Watch out when those energies break free. Yeah. Watch out that you feel all these energies, but then turn them into something constructive, into something good. Okay? Allow for this anger to be the wind underneath these wings that lifts you up and carries you to new, happier, more constructive shores. Okay? So, that's not the kind of obsession that we want. The kind of obsession that we want is not really, excuse me, I have a hiccup. The kind of obsession that we really want is not the obsession that that is toxic. That is actually obsession where we lose ourselves in something. It can be also a positive thing. It can be a hyper focus. And the hyper focus could be that, you know, it could mean that now it is time to direct your focus away from an unhealthy obsession in the past, that one that you, for the sake of which you are hiding your true self and repressing your anger. You know exactly what I'm talking about right now, I have the feeling. But take your gaze away from that unhealthy obsession of the past and redirect it to intense, glowing, white-hot, passionate, creative focus on the new, better things in your life, on creating a new life for yourself. Reconnect with an old hobby, with an old passion of yours. I don't know, maybe you used to paint, maybe you used to write. It could be anything. It could be sports, it could be Anything that you didn't have the energy for anymore because life was just too damn stressful, that is what you want to direct your focus towards. Because also when it comes to rebuilding your life and pushing it into different better new directions, we can obsess over this in a toxic way as well, and we have to watch out for that too. I have the feeling for Libras right now, we have to really watch out that we're not trying to overcorrect, that we're not drowning ourselves in the attempts to desperately create a new life for us, really trying to understand what went wrong, trying to understand the toxic patterns of the other person. For instance, I mean, that could have to do with things like constantly watching narcissism videos on YouTube, that kind of thing. But you know already how it works. And so this is an obsession that leads you away from a beautiful new future. First, understanding helps us, but then at some point we have to let go, and we literally have to let go. And that means also not obsessing over the subject anymore, but allowing yourself, Libra, to relax, to not be so hyper vigilant anymore, because that's really where these things can come from, these obsessions. It's our brain basically being in fight or flight and trying to scan the present and the potential, the future for potential similar dangers. So we want to be prepared. So this is why we keep seeking out the same content, because we think, okay, this is going to protect me for sure, the more I know. But it also keeps you connected to that situation and that person, and you don't want that. And to just breathe, exhale, feel your tense muscles in your body just becoming soft, and not seeking out this kind of information that you know already anyway, but allow yourself to dive into your favorite book that you haven't picked up in 5 years. And allow for this to be your focus. Or to binge watch something really fun, and not think of that old situation and that person for that moment, but be with yourself. Be present with yourself in this moment in your life. And you will see that this does your nervous system the world of good, because then your stress centers in the brain actually have the chance to relax. What use is it if you're perhaps not with that stressful person anymore, or in that stressful situation anymore? If you constantly feed yourself information about that, you might as well be still in that situation, because maybe it's not exactly the same. But when will you start reaping the benefits of having removed yourself, or of being in the process of removing yourself, and already sensing that a new chapter of your life is beginning now, and that it can be powerful and beautiful? Right? Fantastic. So now, this one here is a card of narcissism, if ever I saw one. This card is ugly. We've seen it already. And we've already said that it's quite creepy, but when you really look at it, isn't it interesting how really the only creepy and terrifying thing about this is the actual witch? Look at the children. They look really beautiful and lovely. Look at the trees. They're drawn with so much attention to detail and so much love. And then there's that creature. I have to tell you, Libra, I can barely look at this. I find it so nauseating. Which is why I'm going to put this a little bit further away from you as well. So, Libra, here's the thing. This drawing needs to be hideous, because it tells us a truth that is hideous. There's nothing worse than the innocence of children being compromised and corrupted. There's nothing worse than standing in the face of evil and not even recognize it for the evil that it is. Because do you see how the children look so confused and surprised, and they don't even look that scared, do they? Because they've never come across evil, have they? They have no real concept of evil yet. They are only about to learn it, and that, Libra, has been the case, unfortunately, for some of you. Now, this does not necessarily mean that you were children at the time. It could have been yesterday, for all I know. But what it means is that when we encounter evil, we are usually not prepared for it. And I'm sorry, I don't know why this makes me emotional now. Maybe because it's so powerful, but I feel such a tremendous amount of sadness and disappointment right now about the evil that so many of you had to face, not knowing what it was. Oh my goodness. Libra. But the good thing is that I feel very strongly that this is a thing of the past. And I'm actually going to turn this around. I've never done this before. I've never done this before with a card. I can't look at it. The energy is too upsetting. There's something revolting and nauseating about harm being done on purpose towards someone who is innocent and who came with open arms towards that person or into that situation. And once we understand that in order to survive that situation we were hiding ourselves, once we understand how pure and innocent we were, and that we were hurt so badly, and just how bad it was, that's when the shock comes. That's when the anger comes. That's when we unleash, that's when we get access to our true self and our real energy. And this is what is the good news here, Libra, because it means we don't need terrified to obsess over the situation anymore, because it was so dangerous, and we try to avoid at all cost for that to never happen again, ever. Oh my God. It means in the moment, Libra is very simple. It's very simple. Be yourself, reconnect with who you truly are, and you understand you are a goddess. And feel the anger, feel the rage. Allow for it to empower you, and then do something constructive and beautiful with it, and refocus. Refocus towards the light. I just have a realization. I've had this card before many times, but you see, for the first time I see something here. And that is how, if this is a healthy kind of hyperfocus onto the light, what this really means is that we can be alone with the light, and we're building this beautiful bubble, this beautiful sphere, don't we, of just looking into the light. We're not looking into the darkness anymore. I've just done this. I've literally turned what I felt was too dark around, and so we're not seeing it anymore. We are redirecting our focus away from the darkness towards the light, and by looking into the light is reflecting back to us. And that's how we create a new, happier, more beautiful life, with imagination, with creativity. She's an elf, yes, or he, doesn't matter. And this is our new life, Libra. And God knows we need it. And many of you have already been for a long time in the process of rebuilding your life. And please know, what this means is that there are yet more parts of your old self to rediscover. So this is an exciting adventure. It can be painful, but it's still exciting. there are more intense energies within you that can be retrieved and be used in a constructive, beautiful way. This one also, by the way, I'm sorry, I keep coming back to this. Again, this has never happened before. Libra, this is also a card that shows how we can be innerly calm once our fight or flight has calmed down. Once we are redirecting our focus to things that are beautiful, kind-hearted and positive and creative. You know, we can truly create on a completely different level because our focus, our inner energy is now ours again. We don't have to waste it anymore towards a situation where we needed it to problem solve on a day-to-day basis. Now your focus, look at this focus, you can feel it, can't you? Now your focus and concentration is yours again, your energy is yours again, and absolutely no one is going to dare to take your energy away from you again. It is yours and yours to do with as you please. And what happens when the thoughts that want to go back to that old scary situation, like scared little birds fluttering to and fro, trying to make sense of it all. Once your thoughts have calmed down and they are with you, and your focus, your emotional and your mental energy is with you, not with the other situation, that's when you can truly create. This is when you have all your energy and your power at your full disposal. And magical, fantastic, beautiful and light things are to come once you're there. Okay. Libra, after this reading, I feel I want to give you all a big hug. I can't do this, unfortunately. I sent you one in my mind. Libra, I say this so often after my readings, things do get better. Not always, sometimes we have to watch out for certain things, but this is very, very clear. There is such a thing as moving forward happily with a light heart after having encountered the abyss of hell. In our truest self, deep down, we have remained what's the right word now? Not unharmed, we have been harmed, but we have not been broken, and we have not been soiled. We have remained clean and pure, and the purity of the power of our feelings is also the purity of our heart that will lead us into a better way. Libras, if you have a person in your life that can give you a hug, if you have a pet that you can cuddle, please go and do this now, because I think we all need it. I'm going to do the same, because the energy that came through with this reading, Libra, oh my god, so much love for all of you. Okay, I send so much love your way. You're going to be okay. You're fierce and powerful, and you're going to find that inner peace and calm very, very soon if you go about it the right way. Okay, Libra. Oh my god. Libra, have a wonderful remaining day. Do something fun for yourself. Do something nice. Distract yourself when those thoughts want to come again. Do something good for yourself. Distract yourself on purpose. Watch a romantic movie. Watch I don't know, a documentary about, I don't know, the history of I don't know, building aeroplanes or whatever it is. That is what I'm trying to say is, you know, whatever is a very specific area of your interest that maybe you felt passionate about in the past and you lost that, because that's a phenomenon I've seen many times, and it's such a cool and wonderful way to reconnect with oneself. Seek that out. and the old passion will come back, and it's a passion for yourself effectively, and that's exactly how it should be. Libra, be safe, be well, and I see you around soon. And before I forget it, Libra, this is a new channel, as you can see. Like and subscribe if you like this reading, if you could take some inspiration from this for you. I also do personal readings, so if you want some advice or some guidance from me personally, the email is in the description. And again, Libra, be safe, well, and have a fantastic day.